Yeah.
Whoa, that's new. It says recording in progress. Well, good evening to you. It is 7:49 South African time. So where in
Yeah.
South Africa do you live?
So I stay in Gauteng province. It's Pretoria, so it's very close to anybody who knows Johannesburg or Tambo National Airport. It is about 30 minutes from there. So yeah, I stay in Pretoria, very close to, I think mainland is the thing that people will they probably recognize the most, very close to mainland shopping center. So yeah.
Okay, Pretoria. I know Pretoria too. So, um, well, I once again I appreciate you being on here with me. For those people who are getting to know you for the first time, I feel sad for them, but also glad because then they get to meet you. Yeah. So basically, the reason I'm mainly fangirling is like I said, when I just saw how you carried yourself, not just in a horrible workout, because that was I'm trying to think of very many worse workouts to really just start you off
No.
that were just going to try to tear your soul apart. Like literally that was trying to set the tone for your games. So you're all
Yeah.
like, I'm in America. I'm not with COVID. Like I'm doing better than a lot of the top athletes because I don't have COVID. I'm not
Yeah.
injuring anything right now. Like this is pretty exciting. And they're like, okay, so you're gonna go run. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay. Now how long
Yeah.
did that run end up being?
So it was a 3 miles, so it's almost 5 kilometers, a mile run. So just like for context, I literally had to like relearn how to walk in 2018. So going from that to like running 3 miles, it's not fun, and it's literally not something that I can do actually. So I didn't actually run. I don't know what I did. It was not a run, but I don't know. It was like a hop, skip, jump type of vibe, but it was not a run. But
But
yeah,
you
I
paced
tried.
it this it was very much that's one of like your pace and the three or four times I saw you go by, like I said, part of the reason I knew you were crazy is because you at one point you were smiling because you were almost like, well, the alternative is to sit down and cry.
Yeah,
So I'm not gonna travel this far and just not smile.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I think
basically.
oh, I think you froze again,
Okay, hold on.
but I like because you froze it a smile.
Okay,
Every time
great.
there you go, you phrase it a smile. It's this is thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
talking
true.
to the future. But your pace, and I'm pretty sure I told you when I reached out to you and basically awkwardly made you give me a hug, which I was grateful for, um, is that from a coach, like I'm a movement specialist. That's one of the things I'm great at coaching, which is funny because I'm super ADHD. So in my entire life, I never knew I could focus, but it's because my brain's going so fast, I can see little details. My car is dirty as crap. My OCD is not for anything helpful, but I can see that. So it makes me a good coach. And
Yeah.
your pacing slash pattern was identical all three loops. And I was like, even with your hand motion, like I can see it in my head. And I was just like, and I remember
Yeah.
just thinking, are you effing kidding me? That is baller right there. And like I was with my friend I just kept going, and he was just we. It was funny because as you can tell, I usually don't run out of things to say.
Yeah.
Um, and when you met me, I was wearing a pink cowboy hat. That's how I rolled. Um,
Yeah.
but I was starstruck because without even knowing your history, knowing that you were in adaptive, and I could see that cool boot thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
apparatus.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
That was my collegiate word for the day. I'm done. That's it. It was like I just thought, and I even remember mentioned to my friend Matt, and I said, "Do you know how bad that is for her hips to start her games like that.
Mm.
Because even if that's what you were used to, which I know it wasn't, because like you said, I had to learn to walk 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean 2008? No, 3 years ago. Okay, I can do math. That math I can do because I'm not working out. So that's 3 years. And for you to be the mindset it takes to not just muddle, not just trudge, not just trudge through, because you could have walked.
Mm.
You could have walked, and
Yeah.
you and the best part is what I liked, and knowing you a little better, what I really like is you, that wasn't a choice. You're not going to come to the games from South Africa to walk.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was like, dude, that girl is so badass. Like, are you kidding me? And so just from that alone, like I saw you do some other stuff. I was really like, I didn't see many people compete at all besides Sophie, who I used to coach, and some of the other kids for the teen throwdown that I'm helping to be part of in 2 weeks, or Tony, who I was helping as the masters. But I was so proud and impressed, and the moment didn't pass on me how impressive that was. And I like I don't really reach out to stars. I mean, you know what I mean? Like famous folks, like, you know, silver medalists and all from the games. I don't usually do that because what really what really gets me excited is amazing people. And what I've noticed over the years, being 47, being slightly older, dad jokes, that success doesn't mean you're any type of person at all. It just means you were successful in that moment for a myriad of reasons. Um, but your heart and your shine came through, even though you were telling Castro where to go and what to do when he was there, and you were, I'm sure, flipping off everybody. It was like, keep going. You were like, no, really, thanks. I didn't think of that. Like stuff like that. Oh, I think you froze again. I need to figure out how to take pictures when you freeze because they're super cute.
Okay. Did it work now again?
Yes,
Okay, great.
it's
I'm
great.
just gonna turn
So
off my camera every now and then,
it's
then
fine.
it's be fine.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's why I felt really moved, and I had to reach out to you when I saw you because even though even though I'm outgoing, because I'm a lot, and I know I'm a lot, and which is kind of funny that when you said, "Well, I'm super like reserved," I thought, well, she must feel okay with me because like you played with me on Instagram and it was like fun. Um, but I know I'm a lot, and I still get. I didn't want to come off as weird and creepy. Plus, I'm a guy, and being like, it was funny because I come up to your chin, so I'm like, I didn't want to be like, hi, hey, can I get a hug? And be like, okay, creeper, thanks, yay, Wisconsin. Like, I didn't want you being all weirded out. Um, and of course, in the pink cowboy hat, just the extra little bit. Um, but I felt it really necessary just to tell you, even not being my athlete, how proud of you I was and how not knowing your story.
Yeah.
And then I started knowing your story and reading a little bit, and then I started crying, and then I was like, well, I don't want to, because these these connections really are, I just want to get to know you, and I want to share you with people because I felt grateful that you took a couple minutes just to talk to me and just to answer some questions and play along when I said, "Hey, I knew a South African," and you were like, "Oh, are you going to ask me if I know them?" Like, because Donna's from like Manchester area, which England is a country,
Mm.
but it's the size of Michigan. So
Mm.
everybody in Michigan always goes, "So what part of London are you from?" And she's like, "Well, 4 hours north, not in London, but okay." Like, London is a city. Um, you know, it's just funny that you were patient and tolerant, and because I come to people a lot of times when I'm really in awe, kind of like a child, and I know that, and it's because you're, once again, knowing a little bit of your story, having to learn to walk. So you're how old were you when your leg decided it wanted to be a butthole?
My first injury was on 19 years old, or just before my 19th birthday. And then I was 20 years old. Yeah, 20 years old.
So 19, it started giving you a little
Yeah.
sass. Okay,
Yeah.
so 19, athletic, pretty, intelligent. I know you're intelligent because you're like, oh, I'm just gonna translate Afrikaans and know all this stuff. Blah, blah. I know. I'm like, dude, I love that you're looking at work, but I know it's not in English, but I can tell it's like, okay, sure. That's great. So you have all this stuff going for you. You just get out of high school and you're like, hey, world, I've got you right here, right? And then all of a sudden your leg goes, I got something
Yeah.
for you. And you're like, don't be a
Yeah.
butthole. Like, what are you doing? Um,
Yeah, basically.
yeah, to then meet you at the pinnacle of the most difficult sport there is, and to watch you, hopefully, this was my hope, and this is like, I know you can't see coach bumps, but I call them God bumps too, but hopefully impress yourself. And I know because you're an athlete, I'm not saying satisfy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use the term satisfied ever with any of you elites. Me, I love the word satisfied. I'm like, yes, I'm very satisfied. Oh, you have to restart.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I need to figure out how to snapshot because I've got so many kids, like, and you're always smiling. But hopefully impress yourself with not just where you finished. You know what I mean? Like, because yes, it's just like I can't remember who said it, but do you know how good you have to be to suck at the CrossFit Games? Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, that is a great compliment. And
Yeah.
it's funny because everybody who gets there, they're like, well, I don't want to be last. Okay, so what does last mean? If you actually break that down, what does last mean? It means,
Yeah.
all right, so you're the top quarter tenth of a percent of the best people in the world. You're right, you piece of crap. you know,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, so I'm not trying to say, just that you were satisfied, but just that I could tell you were proud of your effort.
Yeah.
And as a coach, that's the only thing I could ever ask for, right? It's for my athlete is because there's some days or some workouts where you get to run 5K and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Or there's some workouts where you're like, let's do 300 wall balls today. And you're like, is it the open? No, we're just training? Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
fine.
she did earlier today. She did wall balls and then I did a team workout with wall balls. And then,
Yeah.
oh, then there was the other stuff included, but don't worry about the hang cleans and whatever.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she literally got done by like 15 minutes before she got on and finished her shake. So yeah. Um, but I thought to me that was one of the most impressive things about you in particular. The adaptive thing made me happy just in general. Like it really did. And there's I just found out one of the girls. So I helped the pit team throwdown, and there's a girl that goes to that gym who a month ago maybe had a really bad car accident, lost her left arm. So all you like, so it's been less than a month or a month maybe, and she's out there doing one arm snatches, and she's on the ski, and she's hanging just like anything. And not everybody can handle the call for the struggle that's going to ensue. Does that make sense? Not
Yeah.
everybody's going to be able to step up to the plate when their time comes if they get asked the hard questions. When the hard gets given to them without choice,
Yeah.
most people don't answer the bell and do not come out proud of themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you didn't, there wasn't times where you were more than a little frustrated. Because behind that smile, for somebody to do your workouts as you're doing a month away from the games, yeah, there's fire. So I'm sure you've gotten sassy with your coach several times, so it's okay. But do you know what I mean? Like for you to be where you are in 3 years, like
No.
I didn't realize that.
Mm.
3 years.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Like I was talking to someone today, and there's like, it's actually the first time that someone asked me that specific questions, like, what kept you going? I was like, oh wow, I literally like it's not something that I actually thought about like ever. Like I didn't know. So like nobody asked me that question before. Like in like all these times when you're in the hospital, you're learning all this stuff, like what kept you going? I was sitting there, I was like, at the start, like at the beginning, I literally took it like hour to hour, and then I was literally searching for a reason. Like every single day, I was like, no, it does happen for a reason and everything. And then you kind of lose sight of like what's going on around you and every like all the small things because you're so focused on looking for the reason. And then you just realize like bad things happen. You can't do anything about it, but you can control the way like you respond. Like that's the one thing you can control. You can't control what happens to you, but you can respond into like this is happening to me. I can choose or either want to stay in bed the whole day and not do anything, or I can choose to go out and do stuff and like this happens, accept it and move on. Like there's still hard days, but it's much better than actually to move on than to be sulking the whole time, because that doesn't help at all. That actually makes everything worse. So it's kind of, yeah, you have to weigh everything up.
And I love the way you said it. Explain because I keep butchering it. What did you say about the choose your hard?
Yeah, so basically everything in life is hard. Like there's a post that says marriage is hard, but divorce is also hard. Like being happy is hard, but being sad is also hard. So you get that is like the I think the amazing thing of life is you get to choose your hard. You get to choose if you want to be sad the whole day, or you get to choose if you want to be happy the whole day. You get to choose, like if you were, like you said, working out is hard, but you get to choose to do that workout. You can either don't do the workout and then you're stuck with the emotions of say, oh, I really could have done this. And that's also hard. So you get to like, that's the amazing thing for me about life. You get to choose your hard and nobody can take that away from you. So
No.
no.
See, that's so well said. I love that
Yeah.
because I since I read that, that's what I thought of, and of course I butchered it every time. But I get really excited. But I know what it is. I know what it means. So I'm like, yeah, you're choosing it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
are you missing words? Yes, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm talking to her on Wednesday. It'll be fine. I'll know what I'm saying. Um, so tell me about your experience because like at the games because
Mm,
one of the things I see you definitely enjoyed Midwestern Wisconsin food afterward.
yeah, that was fantastic. Yeah, we like every single person we met. we like, they literally like, have you tried the cheese curds? And we're like, no, we haven't. We're waiting till after the games to try the
Yes.
cheese curds. So we tried the cheese curds. They were amazing. We tried the fresh ones and the fried ones. But I, for some reason, I can't wrap my brain around the fact that if they squeak, they're fresh. Like
Yeah,
that's not. I don't get that.
so that's a Wisconsin thing. Michigan has like trees and water. We don't even have cheese. So I don't know. But I've heard that and I thought, I don't know what that means, but doesn't that
Yeah.
mean that something is alive? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like if you tell back home, if you tell someone here, listen, if your cheese squeaks, then you know it's fresh. Then someone is gonna tell you like, no, no, it's not.
no, no, that's
Yeah.
I mean it's fresh, but it's probably an animal. That's not cheese.
Yeah, that's not cheese. So, but it was amazing, and that we like went back to an ice cream shop like twice. So that was fun. So that was absolutely amazing. But yeah, the whole experience was fantastic. Like, but the obviously it did not start out fantastic because of the run. Like, I sat down with they're doing like adaptive documentary, and I sat down with the producer, and he's like asking all these questions, and I was literally like, okay, cool. I'm seeing this is going to be a run, but there's no way they're going to make us run. Or either if they do, they're going to make me run with my crutches. I don't know. We don't know the workout yet, but I just saw it's a long run. I've been training with my crutches, so I know what to expect. Um, then like literally got to the briefing and they like announced that we're doing like the 3 mile run. And I'm like, okay. I was still got kind of chilled about it, like because I know like I'm using my crutches, they'll be fine. Went to them afterwards. I like, listen, can I use my crutches? He's like, no, sorry. And me and my coach were like both looking at each other, like, okay, why? Like, no, because it'll give you like an unknown advantage to your competitors. And I'm like, what like unknown advantage? I don't have hip flexors. I can't run. Like this what like I'm not gonna get an like advantage from it. Like it's literally my left leg. It's like, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So we tried like not bargaining with them, but just explaining to them like, listen, like this literally something I can train this till I'm blue. I'm not gonna get any better at it. Like I'm not
Yes.
gonna. So he's didn't, and then like, okay, it's fine. They'll come back to me, and they just didn't come back to me, which is fine. So I literally, we were sitting that night. We were talking over the phone, obviously, because it's like 7 hours difference. So we were talking over the phone with my other two coaches that's back home, and we're like, okay, we have no idea what to do now, because obviously it's your first event. You didn't come all this way to not finish your first event. So our first game plan was, okay, just do the minimum work requirements. So just walk 1 lap, then we're done, then we save your body for the rest of the games. And then I literally, then we like, then that was the game plan. And I was sitting there on the bed like right before we were supposed to go to bed, and I looked at my coach. My coach is just like a year older than I am, so we're very good friends as well, but I respect her opinion a lot, and like everything she says, so I take it to heart. And I was sitting on the bed and she was looking at me, so like she said, so you're not doing the you're not doing this the 1 lap. I'm like, no, I'm gonna try and do the full everything. I know what my pace is going needs to be. I think we did 4 laps. So I know the time cut was 40 minutes. So I was like, okay, cool. Each lap, I just have to come in under 10 minutes, then I'll be fine. So I started it off, and then I literally, like beforehand, I was talking to one of the ladies, because the lower extremity people can actually do, like, they can do the ski erg. And then I emailed them before the games and explained all my diagnoses to them. And they're like, it was before the open even. And I was like, listen, for what category do I need to like go into?
Yeah.
Because there's different categories. And he's like, no, because your core, so is 2 or more body parts is affected by neurological disorder, then you neuromuscular. So then I was like, okay, cool. So it's literally my leg and my core that isn't affected. So it's two or more body parts. So he's
Yes.
like, okay, you need to be a neuromuscular. It's just like, okay, fine. Then I'll go for neuromuscular. But now we realized I would like much more benefited if I was in a lower extremity.
Extremity.
Yeah. but then like they use much more like heavier weights. And the thing with neuromuscular disorders, you can't overstimulate the system the whole time. So
Correct.
it's a very delicate balance always. So that's why you go into the neuromuscular. But in any case, so that's why like during the run, I knew I literally knew I was gonna come last. But like I said to my coach, I know I'm gonna finish last, but it's gonna be a much like mental impact for me if I don't finish this first workout. So like during the first round, I could feel under my right leg. So that's my strong leg. I could feel like the blisters forming underneath my foot. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. Because I was used to netball. Like netball is kind of like basketball, except you can't run
Yeah.
with the ball. You
Yeah.
catch the
You
ball.
catch it. I know. And there's no backboard. Donna told me.
Nope, no backball. So I was on a netball scholarship at the university when I first got injured. So my feet were like constantly full of blisters. So I know the feeling of one forming. So I was like, oh, this is going to be so much fun. But luckily, like I have that background to just know how to deal with them, and then they go away. I like popped my blister like 2 days ago from the games. So I popped it.
Jeez.
I finally popped it under my foot because I felt it was ready, ready now. But yeah, like I said that. So, but the best thing for me was like the people cheering you on, because I knew, like obviously I knew I was gonna finish last, and everybody started lapping me. So I knew, like I obviously knew that's not my event. But my coach also explained it to me. He was like, it's the games. There's gonna be stuff you can't do, and there's going to be stuff that's going to be hard. So you can't just go there and expect to smash every single workout. There's going to be stuff that's hard. So that was like my event that I said, okay, this is going to be hard. This is not going to be fun, but it's something that I really wanted to do to like kind of prove to myself from how far I've come. Like kind of like that's the thing that also me and my coach talked about. Like after that workout, we knew like the rest of the weekend we're gonna have to fight,
to catch up.
and yeah, to catch up obviously, because there's only 5 of us, so there's a very very big point difference if you mess up one workout. So yeah, so we knew we had to fight from the start, and that was not like the intention, so but from the start obviously. So but it's okay. So my coach, like I said, my coach, she was absolutely amazing. She kept my head on my shoulders as well. Afterwards she would run with me by like on my side with my mom and my dad on FaceTime to show them how I'm doing, because they didn't live stream that event, so my parents couldn't watch it.
Oh,
So
you froze again.
oh sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I
Okay.
actually remember her doing that.
Yeah.
There was her,
So
and then there was another guy that was Spanish speaking that was doing it for a master's athlete too.
oh
And I was
okay.
like, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that was for me. Like my parents could see me, my parents and my grandparents and my sister, they were all watching, so they could
That's
all see. Yeah, I could all see like me trying, because obviously they've gone like this journey with me, they went through everything with me, so they could see like how much I was trying to just finish that workout. And I think I finished it under 40 minutes. That was for me, that was like,
yes.
okay, I made it. So
I
for
don't
me
think
that
I
was
would
like,
finish a 5K in under 40, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
yeah. So I literally, my coach would ask me every lap, I was like, are you okay? And I was like, yep. So most of the videos that she sent, I'm showing sharp, I'm fine. I would explain to her my lungs are fine, my right leg is burning. That was like I was trying to explain to her, like
Yeah.
I'm fine, but my right leg is like burning. But luckily I call it my, like I said, my strong leg, and my other leg I just call my baby leg, because it's like 2 times smaller than my right leg.
It's
But
your
it's too,
special fin. It's your
yeah,
special fin. Yes, like
basically
Finding Nemo.
basically. So yeah, so but the experience overall of the games was absolutely amazing. Like they have some stuff, especially in the adaptive division, to figure out, but it's the first year. So for the first year they did like an amazing job. Like I said, there's obviously stuff, there's always room for
Yeah.
improvement in any aspect. But they did ask for our feedback and everything, and I gave my feedback. But with the test they gave us, the best athlete definitely won for the test that they gave us. She absolutely smashed every workout. So I'm very, very happy for her. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I think that's part of the reason why I wanted to get to know you better was not just your smile, but what's behind that smile. Because, one of the things like you said, I love. So what's your coach's name? The little one that I met?
Yanai.
Yanai?
Yanai. Yeah.
Yanai?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. She was giggly. It was funny. Um,
Yeah.
but little girls can be scary and terrifying. So that's why I was like, dude, I'm not even messing. You kept saying your coach keeps me in line. I was like, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're scary. Um, but it was just you guys were so like in sync. I loved how you said she just knew. You went, you're not gonna just do your lap. And you're like, no. So I think to me that is so because even though you got to the game, some people can do well. I got here. You know what I mean? And then feel bad or sorry, whatever. Oh, I think you froze again. Yes, ma'am.
No.
Thank you. And what I love is how you explained, like, I never really thought about, wait, there's a choice? You know what I mean? Like, wait, I could sit there and pout and just be upset and not, wait, what? For
Yeah.
you, it's not a choice. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
your left leg wants to be a special leg. Okay, well, what does that mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas us normies are like seriously, if I tear on my hands, I'm like, oh man, I might be out a week. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like doing anything. Oof. Like I'm not gonna shower. Are you crazy? And then you're like, like double unders. Like, oh, I don't know if I want to whip myself today. I think I'm just gonna maybe I'll just do some lateral jumps or something. That'll be good. And what I like though is the more I surround myself with people like you who are living the right mindset. Like you're living a growth mindset. So have you heard the difference like with a fixed mindset and a growth mindset? Yeah. So you are for sure growth mindset. Like that is just what you do. And it's funny because you probably almost get type A personality with growth mindset. Like, did you almost just tell me what I can't do? Because like
Yeah.
I want to smack you upside the, but really I'm just going to prove you wrong. Um,
Yeah.
because I can also see that you're a sweet person, so you don't necessarily want to smack people, and I appreciate you not smacking people. You froze again.
Oh well, sorry.
No, to stop apologizing. You're fine. So, I could be wrong with the way I'm viewing you, but I don't think I am. Well, I think you froze again. It's got to be my connection, doesn't it?
I don't know. I think so, maybe.
It's probably my connection. Yeah, I don't know. It says I have the internet access. It says I'm on the
Uh,
interweb with you. I don't know.
am,
Oh,
am I still
hey,
frozen?
that's okay. I like that one. That was
Like,
preemptive.
okay. Yeah, yeah, so well, my friends usually know if they want me to do something, they just tell me that you can't do this. And then I was like, no, I can. So they usually know how to get me to do stuff.
My daughter, my 12 and a half year old, is the exact same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, oh, can you try one more time? I think you froze immediately. I don't know if you. Yeah, you're
Okay.
good. It's got to be me. I'm sorry. But so the rest of your experience was good in basically because really because your mindset on the first one you already won. Do you know what I mean? Like you literally won the first event even though you came in
Came
last.
dead last.
But you won it. You know what I mean? Like if they could give me the worst possible workout, for me it was like 19.1. I'm 5'5", and they said, hey, wall balls and rowing. Sure. I'll see you at
Yeah.
round 1. I'm done. Like, what do you want from me? We're done. Like, this is ridiculous. But they said, no, you're at the games. It's a year of work, but for you, it's 3 years of work plus. And now, yes, the thing that you know you're going to be the last in, and it's going to be the hardest, and it's going to probably destroy your body for the rest of the week. And you did it with a freaking smile and double thumbs up. And I remember seeing that several times. See, that's the sass of your coach. I could tell
Yeah.
because she probably just went, oh, every time, hey, I'm okay. Oh, that's fun. So I
Yeah.
think, for me, I love that because that is so, and being so young and you have so many reasons, excuses why you could be a sass pot, why you could not smile as much, why you could be a butthole Betty, like, you know what I mean? And you're not, like, look at, like, I keep pointing because you keep smiling every time, and like that's, first of all, that's a coach's dream because you smile and then all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, you're gonna steal my soul, okay, and then you do it, and then you're like, wow, that was tough, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it, like you said, your mindset, because you don't allow the other possibilities. But that really is still a choice. And I know I want to stress this point, and this is the part where I knew you were gonna be like, oh, comfortable, all the credit. Because it is choice. It's constant choosing of what hard you're gonna deal with. And
Yeah.
oh, apparently I'm getting emotional. That's the part that's so amazing and refreshing, and I want to be a part of your life because of that. Like, not knowing your history, because it doesn't define you. Your injury doesn't define you. Like, I still don't know exactly what happened, and it doesn't really matter because your giggle makes me giggle, and I'm like, ah, that's awesome. And now I feel like, well, I didn't want to do the assault bike today, but I'm going to go do the assault bike because I'm like, what would Let do? She'd do the assault bike and then she'd do the assault bike again. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can do it once. Like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a really big deal. So yes, it's amazing that you took second and you won second, you earned second. But to me, you earned a fan just by the way you were living your life.
Thank
And
you.
I think, to me, like, that's why I'm excited to show you off to my daughter and my son and my wife, and why I've been like, since you agreed to do this, why I've been like all excited. I almost freaked out because I realized, oh my God, I hadn't shaved and I look even older. Okay, I gotta go shave. And I could just tell my wife's laughing at me because I'm like, oh, she's like 5,000 miles away on a computer. I think she'll be okay. She's met you. She knows, like, it's gonna be fine. And I was like, so to make it feel better though, I didn't clean, so I'm still a little sweaty and smelly, but you are too, so it's okay.
Yeah.
See? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
So so I like doing this with people. If you were an animal, I mean, I know you're a
Ah.
beast, but if you were an animal, what animal would you be and why?
So I always ask this question as well to people. So yeah, I know. Yeah. So normally I would answer like a very like I'm goofy answer. Normally I would just give a goofy answer, but I really like normally when I answer this, I would say I really like to be a dolphin because you kind of get the best of both worlds. Because I really like swimming. So when they announced that that we had to swim. I was like, yes, thank you. There's one workout that I can actually do. So this is fun, because the other workout we had to do 60 calories on a bike, and I only can bike with one leg. So that was awful, but it's fine. We did it. So that's great. So
So that's great.
yeah.
Sorry, you got me snorting. That's awesome. So
No,
that's
that was
great.
yeah, that was I was literally like, when I saw that workout, I was like, this is gonna be fantastic. This is gonna hurt so much because like yeah, but it's fine. So I would be a dolphin, because I don't know, dolphins, when you see them playing in the waves, they just look so free, and it looks amazing. I really want to be a dolphin. And I don't think dolphins are afraid of sharks, but I'm very afraid of sharks. So I would normally like swim. I would swim. I did an Ironman when I was 18. Yeah, I did an Ironman with the half Ironman when I was 18. And I didn't open my eyes once during the swim, because what I can't see can't hurt me, because you have to swim in the ocean. So
Yes.
what I can't see, it can't hurt me. So if there was a shark enemy, I wouldn't know because I didn't see it. So that's fine.
That's fantastic because, yeah, any part around South Africa is like the most shark infested
Yeah,
waters.
basically, and we had to swim in the harbor, so that's also full of sharks. So that's literally why I said, like, what I can't see can't hurt me. So I'm doing a 3K swim in 3 weeks time. Yeah,
Yes, I
three
saw
weeks
you
time
were
as
getting a
well.
bunch of people to sign up. Awesome.
I made a joke, actually. I didn't think people caught my humor, but I made a joke for people to join me. And then there was like, no, we have a team of 7 that's joining me for the swim.
See, you
But
don't
it's
know that
fun.
you're big timing. You don't realize you're big timing because your natural state isn't part of the reason also why I like you is you're subdued to an extent. You're not going to be like, that's right, I had another interview today. Duh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so humility I think is very approachable. And you are very approachable, which I still find fun that you're like, no, I'm an extreme introvert. I'm going, really? Because like by this connection thing, you wouldn't know you're an extreme
Yeah.
introvert.
I can't remember I can't even remember the interview. I think it was with one of the vendors there at the games. And then we received whoops at for like part of our kit. And then I was trying it out. I didn't wear it for like the games, because I was obviously, it's something new. Like, you don't always want
You don't
something new.
want nothing new.
No, so I didn't wear it like the whole time, and then afterwards, like, cool, let's test it out, and I was wearing it, and then it like popped up at an activity, and then my max heart rate was the highest it was like for the entire games. I think my max was like 188 beats per minute, and then my average was like 150 during that interview. I was so nervous, because then your English just goes away, because obviously English is not my first language. So your English just, it goes away, and then you have to think again, and then nothing comes out right. But yeah, I normally when people, like, also when I'm at the gym, I'm normally like in my own corner. I don't always like
Interact.
interact with people. So obviously also getting back home, and everybody is like, oh, well done and stuff, and then I just literally don't know what to say. So I would literally just tell the people, thank you. So yeah, I would literally tell them, thank you so much. I don't know what to say more, but just know I really appreciate it. I literally just don't know what to say.
That one's awesome because your hands are up. You're frozen again, but your hands are up. Like I don't know what to say.
Let's see if it happens. If it works. If I don't do it
I don't
like
know what
that.
to say. But
Yeah,
yes, I could see that.
yeah.
Like I said, I think I appreciate very much that you took time to hang out with me and like let me get to know you, and because I know like an introvert. I love how this guy Simon Sinek he put it. An introvert has a certain amount of coins to start the day, and every interaction they have to give a coin. I know for me, I'm the opposite. I'm like, where are my people? I need some coins.
Yeah.
So for you to spend time with me, over an hour with me, I'm sure you're just like, Make it rain. Okay, I might need a nap early. Like,
Yeah, and
and
the worst part is I'm a business, like a junior business analyst. So I'm studying and working full time. So studying full time and working full time. But I'm a junior business analyst, and you kind of need to talk to people the whole time to figure out what systems or what stuff you need to improve on.
yes,
So that is also, and I'm kind of, I could really like the job as well. Like it's definitely something I absolutely love it actually.
that's
But
awesome.
yeah, but you kind of need to, like I said, likely I get to talk to people, then I get to go into my own world and figure stuff out. And then afterwards, when everything is figured out, can go back to the people, but you get time to like recuperate and get
Yes,
out. So
I think
yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
yeah.
So that's super cool. So you're like, when you're done with your schooling, you think you'll probably try to stay with that position?
Yeah, no, I already received, like when I came back to the from the games, I already got like a promotion, if you can say sort of like that. So I'm definitely staying. They literally they said I'm not allowed to leave. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not allowed to leave. I'm not allowed to leave again. So I
That's
literally that was
awesome.
like, yeah, we like I really like our company as also every like at the end of every week we have like a meeting to close off the week, our team, and then we would like say what was good this week, what was bad this week, and what can we improve on for the next week. So every single week we do that.
That's
And then
awesome.
yeah, and then one of the things we need to improve on is that basically that I'm not allowed to leave again.
I read that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't leave. And it was something like, ha ha ha, really funny. Not
Yeah,
happening.
they are this delicious. I was like, okay, fine, that's fine. Because obviously I don't have leave. Like we have like kind of forced leave because the company closes over December holidays. So South African summer holidays is during December. So then we
Yes.
kind of close, but we only close for like, I think you have to put in like 7 days of leave. So I have no leave left, obviously because of the games. So I have no leave left, but luckily I like till next week, March of next week, next year, March. So for till next year, March, I don't have leave. But if I want to take leave, I can take like unpaid leave. But it's just something that comes with like obviously with the job and with the responsibilities.
Yeah,
But it's definitely worth it. It was worth it, like giving up all my leave. So but yeah, it's fun.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, and that what I like too is it's not so a lot of people say, sacrifice, right? Like you sacrificed your leave. No, it's just a choice. It's what do you want to choose? I want to choose to go to the games because I earned going to the games. It's so I love that. Once again, your growth mindset is so instinctual. You're just like boom, boom, because that's not my natural way. My natural is very fixed mindset, and if it doesn't come easy, I'm not going to be good at it. And it's taken me years to. I think that's why I'm so attracted to people who have that mindset and who embody it and live it, because I know it's a constant choice or constant series of choices. Even though it's like, well, no, it's just the way I'm going to do it. And you're like, okay, if you break it down, yeah, it's still choice, like you said. You're like, I'm not going anywhere really until March, so that's what's happening. But
It's
it's
fine. It's
fine.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
So what was? So I like that you're a dolphin. Um, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably watermelon.
Ooh, seedless or with seeds?
I don't mind.
See, I
I
could
don't.
tell that you wouldn't mind. You would be one to be like, yeah, I don't care. That's a seed. Spit it out. I'll chew it. I'll eat it. Watch.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Your friends would
Yeah,
be like,
no,
bet you wouldn't
yeah,
eat that seed.
yeah, 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 basically, yeah. No, no, I would literally live off watermelon. Like during like my first year in university as well, I literally there was a sale on watermelons, and my car was getting fixed at that time, and there was a sale, and the sale was the shop was like 2 k's away from where I was staying. So I literally walked to the shop, bought like 2 watermelons and walked with the watermelons like back to where I was staying. So watermelons are quite heavy as well. So I walked like 2Ks with 2 watermelons, and they weren't in plastic bags because obviously you can't put a watermelon in a plastic bag. The
No.
bag will definitely rip. And I didn't think it through to take like a backpack. I just literally saw a sale on watermelons and just left.
Okay.
So that's, yeah.
That story alone would make us friends, but you're like, watermelon sale gone.
Yeah.
Where did Let just go? Did she just walk
Yeah.
to go get watermelons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. Yeah.
That's
Basically.
fabulous. All
Yeah.
right. And what favorite workout music?
Oh, I don't I don't like working out to like country music. I know some people really like working out to country music. I don't enjoy it as much. I like stuff where you can pace yourself sometimes off the beat. That is so that I like it because you get into a rhythm. So that is stuff I would like. But they kind of figured it out, I think, at the gym that I'm at the moment. They like, no, they figured out how to like the best workout playlist. So they play that, and I really like their music. I don't like the heavy metal screaming stuff that is like in powerlifting gyms. Like that's not for me.
Okay. That's fine. Nobody
Yeah.
ever says country music, which I understand, but okay. And then favorite thing you got from the games, like favorite swag, because you guys got hooked up.
Probably they gave us like very cool joggers. That is probably that in the bottle, the Yeti bottle is that is very, very, very nice. But I would say, yeah, that is for me, that is the like the two most. And also like I use the bags, like the backpack also the whole time. So the backpack is also, it's very practical as well. Um for me, that definitely, like I bought my sister a pair of joggers as well at the Noble shop because I like them so much. So I was literally like, you need to have these.
That's
So I bought
awesome.
them for her as
Now, is
well.
she younger or older?
She's 1 year younger than I am.
One year younger? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else? So don't get off yet, though, please. But is there anything else you want people to know or say or?
No, basically, but if they want to see like my story or anything, they can go to my Instagram page. There is a post I made like to just explain kind of what happened to me. Um, just like a brief summary is basically I was on a netball scholarship. I landed awkwardly during a practice session. Like it was like the last 5 minutes. So, like I said, in netball, you can't run with the ball. So if you land, the foot you land on needs to stay planted. And the ball was passed behind me. So my leg was already planted, and I dislocated my hip during that training session. So, but luckily, like the muscle, I wouldn't say it was luckily, it actually caused more damage, but the muscles were strong enough to pull the hip joint back. And when it pulled back, it like tore like a couple of hip flexors and my glute medius and obviously the cartilage as well. But I was on the squad for the senior team. So it's for like the provincial team. So I didn't tell my coach, like she asked me, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, my leg's just a bit numb, but I think I'm fine. And then I didn't tell her that I got injured. So I played for like 3 extra weeks. That was not a very smart idea. It was not a very good idea, but we learn from our mistakes.
Yes, we do.
But I did go to the physios and they checked me out and they said I was fine. So I took their word for it. So but I think you don't, if you don't believe, like if you don't want them to believe something, you would pretty mask it pretty well, so it's not their fault at all.
Correct.
So and after that I developed I tore my iliopsoas again in like just slipping in the hostel where I was staying, and then they had to fix that again. Then I got diagnosed with avascular necrosis. That is basically of the bone didn't get enough blood supply, so the bone basically died. So I actually had to get a hip replacement on 19 years old, But then the doctor's like, no, he doesn't want to give a 19-year-old a hip replacement. He will rather try like experimental surgery. So we tried an experimental surgery, which worked. But like 6 weeks after that operation, my legs just stopped working. So basically, I wasn't allowed to bend. That's how I realized my legs stopped working. I wasn't allowed to bend my hips. So every time I needed to like put down my socks, I kind of need to call my parents to like get my socks off. So I found a way to like hook my toes within like the sock, and then you pull your sock. I was like just lazy because I don't want to call my parents. And then one morning I tried, like, with 6 weeks of the operation, I tried doing that and I literally couldn't. My foot just wouldn't work. And it like kind of went downhill from there. So then literally went for every single test that you possibly can go for. And then they finally figured out what was wrong. But I got like a couple of misdiagnoses and everything. But they finally figured out what was wrong. And then it kind of, so both of the stuff I have of dystonia and CRPS, that is the stuff I was with diagnosis, and both is actually like it's supposed to, I don't know the English word, but it's supposed to get worse over time.
Yes.
Progressive. So it's
progressive or degenerative?
Yeah. Yes.
Degenerative, yeah.
Yeah, so it's supposed to get worse, but for some reason mine is not getting better at the moment, but it's not getting worse. So it is, so the doctor literally told me, whatever you're doing, it's working. Don't, because it's very rare case that it's like for 25% of people that got CRPS is diagnosed with dystonia. So it's very, very rare that it actually like happens, because CRPS is also very rare. So for that to have, like, there's not a lot of research about it, nothing. So he's literally like, whatever you're doing, it's working, don't stop. Like, continue it. If it makes you happy, it's obviously working for your body. Like, just continue doing what you're doing. So that was for me, that is kind of cool, knowing that I found something for myself that can actually work. So that is why, like, I wear the brace on my foot, because my foot literally has absolutely zero function. I get Botox every 3 months in my foot. That's kind of cool. There's one thing I can actually brag about. It's like I get Botox, but it's not for my face. So I get Botox every 3 months just to try and relax the muscles, because dystonia is the muscles is like it's uncontrolled movement spasm that you get. Yeah. So that basically that happened during the second event, obviously after the run. So during the rope climbs, I did the first rope climb like kind of legless.
Okay.
And then I tried doing the rope climb again with my legs, but obviously I don't have hip flexors. So getting your legs up with rope climbs and pushing down on it, it did not work. And then my grip was gone. So what can you do? So then my leg, like, it shakes uncontrollably, like all the muscles contract. Then I learned like a trick to distract my mind from what is happening. So I would take my fingers and I would literally tap my other leg. So then you literally like mind boggle your own mind and distract it from whatever's going on the left side and focus on the tapping on the right side. And it really works. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. And it worked on that workout. Like, you just literally, you take a breath, you distract yourself, and then you like just move on. It's not something you can control. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah. So it's literally, it's stuff that you learn like along the way. There's literally anything can be adapted. Anything can be like, you can literally adapt anything to in your life. It's just the matter of if you want to or not. So
all right, do me a favor. Reset your picture one more time, please, because I want the last picture they see of you to be live. Thank you. But I love that. That's the perfect way to end, if that's okay. So don't hang up yet, though, okay?
I won't.
All right. Thank you again for being on this.